Hi guys, Steve here. I hope you're well. This is now part 5 in the tutorial on how to play Townstar from Gala Games. To get started, you can do that for free at getgala.co.uk. Doesn't cost anything, it's free to play. If you want to play to earn, you'll need to buy an NFT. The cheapest way to do that is to get Gala Gold, which costs $50 plus any associated sort of network fees, Ethereum fees. That will get you an NFT which you can earn town coin for each day that you complete the town challenge, which is fairly easy. And to do that, all you need to do is follow my tutorial videos and you will generate more than enough stars each day, like so, to meet the challenge and collect your town coin. Anyway, where we left it, I was hoping to build a power plant and I couldn't, so I've now built a water pump and then I'll be able to build the power plant. Finally, I was hoping that this water pump here would work diagonally next to the power plant, but apparently not. So never mind, let's get the water pump built. We now have a water pump there. We now need to change this fella over to gasoline, and let's get gasoline underway, which will use a lot of the energy up from the warehouses, which is a good thing. So we've got plenty of wood now. We just need to be careful. That lumber's going to explode. Oh no, it's not. We've got far too much wood going on now. We had a wood shortage. We had a wood issue. Now the wood issue is we've got far too much wood. Could probably get rid of this road in the middle now. You see, there's no need for that because there's roads all the way around these buildings. That'll just give me a little bit of cash back. Always looking for little wins. Just waiting for some more wool. I might turn the lumber mill off, probably after the next batch, to be fair. I don't want all this lumber to be taken up, because this woodshed here is supposed to be used for, the utility of it, the purpose of it is to feed these sheep pens. So I don't want the ranchers having to go over here to get the wood, which is kind of what they're having to do at the minute, which is a bit frustrating. So I really need to get a woodshed here. However, I can't afford it at the minute because if I do clear the tree and then I sell some wool, then I won't be able to get the power plant. So it's all a little bit frustrating. Just slightly short of cash at the minute. I'm going to get rid of this builder in readiness for the power plant because we've got plenty of energy in storage. So I don't really need the builder. It's not the builder, the worker. I always call him a builder. I don't really need that worker now. So we've almost connected this as another little square. I do say I don't like to have these as blocks of 3 because you end up with a dead space in the middle. Which is exactly what I've done. Not too sure what I'll do with that. I'll have a think about that. I don't really want to build a road through the middle because then you're going to lose 3 spaces. Perhaps we'll just have a dead space in the middle and live with it. Maybe we'll put some trees. No, the trees won't grow. I don't know. We'll just have a dead space and I'll try not to let it eat me up and keep me awake at night. Anyway, we've nearly got 10 wool ready to sell, so let's get that sold. If I can manage to click the truck. There we are. Off we go, and we should now be able to get the power plant underway. And once we've got the power plant underway, that'll use up some of the lumber, and that'll free up some of the room in the woodshed. And everything will be tickety-boo. Did I just say tickety-boo? I think I did. Feel free to unsubscribe for that, but please don't. Please consider subscribing and liking the video. Any comments, feedback are welcome. I've been asked to do sort of a long tutorial video on how to play this game, rather than just showing me collecting my town star reward. You know, how do you actually set the game up? So that's what this series of videos for. This is obviously video 5. There's obviously 1, 2, 3, 4 before this. And if you get yourself a large cup of tea or coffee and start at the beginning, and you click on your screen as you see me clicking on my screen, you'll be able to create pretty much an identikit town for yourself. Right, we have some cash. We have just enough to build the power plant. Let's get it built. Hurrah. Right. Power plant construction underway. We're now just waiting for our builders to collect the lumber. And then they'll need 5 lumbers, 5 wood, 5 energy. My next sort of plan, once this is done, is to get all of these wind turbines cleared. So I'm just having a look at the ones which have the longest amount of time to run, such as that one, and it's furthest away. Let's get rid of you. That one's nearly ready, so we may as well have that bit of energy. Any of them that have got a little bit of time to go there, 5 minutes, let's get rid of you. This is all cash back in our pockets. Any that are nearly ready we may as well have the energy, I would say. 7 minutes? I don't think so. 2 minutes? I can't be bothered. I'm on a mean streak here. It is all cash back in our pockets. That one's ready. That one's ready. These are all ready for collection. As soon as they're collected, as soon as the energy is harvested, we shall delete them and get the cash back. Yeah, what I'd like to do is really, now that we've cleared, or pretty much cleared all these wind turbines out, is then get this corner cleared up. I'd like to get more wheat underway for the farmers to help with the whole production. You know, we will get another sheep pen here in the fullness of time. We will clear these rocks. We'll get more wheat going on around this corner. We'll get more tree farms in here. So we'll have a grid of 9 tree farms. That should be enough, because once the buildings are cleared out, and because the buildings are impacting how quick the trees grow, once the buildings are cleared out, that'll then make these grow quicker. So a square of 9, 3 by 3 should be okay. We'll get more wheat underway, because the biggest thing seems to be the feed. So having more wheat, we should be able to keep the silos stocked up. It should work out fairly well. I mean, look at these idiots. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. We're all going to get a piece of wood from the woodshed. So, you know, no matter how many ranches you've got, they're still idiots. Now they've all 8 of them are now picked up wheat, which is fine. So, you know, get on with it, because the feed troughs are empty. You shouldn't be going to get all that wood. Anyway, grumble, grumble. How's this getting on? The lumber is complete. We now need 5 wood. So they're a bit slow, these builders, aren't they? As is the way. Apologies to any builders watching or listening. But you know, pull your finger out. Just waiting for the wool. So we'll have 8 in a moment once that one's collected, and we're just waiting for the others to be ready. Again, just a bit of a feed shortage at the moment. 2 are underway, and yeah, all we need is 2 is underway, because we've got 8 wool, so we just need those 2 to hurry up. The power plant may be ready by the time they're ready. then we can look at clearing out a few of these. Again, I'll probably put the got to decide where to put the refinery. I'm not sure. It's whether the refinery diagonally gives energy to, sorry, the power plant gives energy diagonally to a refinery. Only one way to find out, seeing as I can't remember. Let's get a bit of terrain there. Let's get a road, dirt road for now. That will then need upgrading to a paved road. We'll then connect it to there. And that'll be our route round. Probably have to get rid of this crude oil pump. Well, not have to, but would be a thing to do. These wind turbines, I did say I was going to get rid of them. And they're all generating lots of energy now. I'll let him collect this final one. And there we have it. That's our wind turbines cleared. We better hope that this power plant does the job, hadn't we? Otherwise I will have monster egg on my face. Right, power plant almost ready. So if we look here, oh well, he's refining the gasoline. We've only got one energy left in. We've got one energy left in the warehouse. So I've just got rid of all the wind turbines. So I better get this power plant underway. There we are. And I forgot about the crude oil. So, no, we better get the crude oil underway. Oh dear, oh dear. I was a bit hasty to get rid of the energy, wasn't I? Never mind. Crude oil's underway. I'll probably need another worker. Silly mate. Where should we put another crude? Let's get another crude oil underway. Where should we do that? Yeah, let's have it here. Oil pump. There we are. Is our truck back? Yeah. With our filthy loot. It most certainly is. Gonna have to clear that tree just to put a road there, just because that was bugging me. Now I'm going to look to get things cleared up a little bit. Just creates a nice little grid for us again. I'm going to get rid of this tree up here, just to stick a rancher in there. I'm now going to clear one of these ranchers. Like so. I'll clear this tree. I'm going to pop some wheat in there. And some wheat in there. I'll initially go for 2 sort of rows of 3 on the wheat. And then I'll look to get these 3 houses moved too. Also, we'll probably get these shifted where we had our wind turbines. So let's get that pump underway. So in terms of NFTs, you know, how can they help in the game if you had an NFT? Well, for example, if you had a wheat stand, so you're looking at building wool, so you're looking at feeding the feed mills, you would just put a wheat stand in the middle, say here, and that wheat stand would supply wheat to these feed mills. So then you don't need to grow the wheat, you don't need a silo to store the wheat in, and you don't need to do anything. The wheat stand automatically puts the wheat into the silos, which means these are generating feed all the time. So all your ranchers are doing then is collecting the feed and sticking it in the troughs, making life very, very easy for you in comparison. We're about to run out of cash, but you can see we've got 1148 in the bank, and it's 1190 for to pay everybody. So we don't need to get rid of a lot, but I am looking at, you know, clearing things around here anyway. So let's get rid of this ranch house. It should speed up some of these tree growing of some of these. Maybe not on this cycle, but on the next one. In fact, let's do this one first. So that has now made these a little bit better. They're not perfect because they're still near this. They're still near the sheep pen. I think maybe that's carrying across a little bit as well. The power plant is, yeah, it's generating energy. Fantastic. Again, I was probably a little bit hasty. We're going to run out of some cash again. I do have options. I could sell some petroleum. Let's get the... Oh, he's making gasoline anyway. Let's get these sold. We'll fix this. Start to fix this little corner now. You see instantly all these trees were ready once we got rid of the buildings. Let's get rid of that dirt road, not needed. Nearly got enough cash to pay the workers. I'll get rid of this one here. And now we've got enough cash to pay everyone. I just need to remember to replace those farmers and those ranchers, which of course I will. As soon as I'm able to get that wool off to market, should be about another 40 seconds or so. Not sure if we're going to need to sell some more things. Quite frustrating. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to sell 10 lumber because you get about 15,000, I think, 13,500. I'm going to sell 10 lumber just because it's ready. But I've still left that a little bit late. It's not going to come back in time. I've dropped the ball there again. I'm going to get rid of that builder's house. And I'm going to get rid of that farmer's house because it's been annoying me. Now I'll be able to connect a road there. So don't worry, I will replace these farmers. I'm just making the existing ones work a little bit harder for now. We do have wool ready to sell as soon as the truck comes back. But things are becoming a lot clearer now. So you'll see in this video, we'll have a really good bash at sort of getting everything mega organised as to how we want it. Right, here comes the money. Let's sell the wool. Let's get some more money coming in. So the lumber is actually quite a handy thing to create. This is working really well now. All these tree farms are sort of green because there's no pollution or any problems with the sun getting on from the height of buildings, all that type of thing, which was the issue earlier. There you go, the wheat field also green because there's nothing, no buildings next to it to slow it down. Let's get another wheat field there. So I'll have 2 rows of 3. I think that should be enough. We'll get some wood sheds on the go. I may put the woodshed here because then it kind of serves here for the lumber mill. It serves the lumberjacks coming from the trees, and then it's also not a million miles away for ranchers to collect and take it to the sheep pens also. Yeah, what to do. Yeah, I'm just a little bit betwixt in between at present. I need another worker. I did delete one earlier. So let's get that worker a house. And I'm popping in next to the crude oil because that's what we need, plenty of crude oil at present. Shall I put him there? Yeah, I think we're okay there. Might get another oil pump on the go. Do it on that side. And now I'm going to move that one. Just had a quick change of heart there. I'll probably do a road all the way across here. So I'll put the worker here. Yeah, I was a little bit hasty. So if you are copying, I mean, you still do fine. But if you are copying what I'm doing, then I was a little bit hasty getting rid of the all of the wind farms. To be perfectly blunt, to be perfectly honest, I was a little bit hasty. Silly me, I got a bit giddy. What I'm used to. So talking about NFTs, you know, I mentioned about you'd have a weak stand in there. If you have things that need watering, you can put water fountains, and so if you didn't have a river, you could have a water fountain, and you've had wheat around it, then that would be supplied water by your water fountain. For example, I have a haunted house. I think it's like the east wing or the west wing. I can't remember which wing it is, but I just put that near to my power plant, and that supplies my power plant with the crude oil. And I've been doing that for quite a while now. So to be perfectly honest, I forgot about the need for crude oil to supply the power plant to create the energy. So my power plant, because I've got an NFT which supplies crude oil, which is next to the power plant, it has a ready supply of crude oil. Therefore, mine's just kicking out energy like you wouldn't believe. It's just, you know, filling up the warehouses far quicker than I can actually use all of it, which is kind of what I was expecting to happen here. Obviously, that's not the case, but not to matter. I'll just create more crude oil. So we've got another pump underway. So we've got 4 pumps going. Maybe we'll end up with a few more once we sort of develop this corner a little bit more. Not a problem whatsoever. We'll just we'll make the land work to our needs and wants. So this is going to be a road. We'll also have a road here. Let's get rid of this marsh. No need for that. And got the worker's house. We can get rid of this road now. Get a little bit of cash back. Get rid of this road. A little bit of cash back. We've got 10 wool ready to sell. The money's starting to sort of ramp up a bit now, which is good. Let's build the road here. Let's clear this. And let's get another crude oil pump basically we'll be swimming in crude oil. How wonderful. So we'll not be short of crude oil, and therefore we'll not be short of energy. I'm just going to keep an eye on this. So this lumber mill, once it's made the lumber this time around, we'll actually see how much energy is being supplied, because it needs two lots of energy to create the lumber. Unfortunately, we've got to wait for this guy to come back and actually get on with the job, but he'll be back soon enough, he says. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see, once it's complete, whether he's actually needing any to go and collect any sort of energy batteries, or whether he's getting the two supplied from the power plant itself. We shall find out. Right, yeah, you see he's getting 2 out of 2 energy, so he doesn't need any energy. The only thing that's needing energy is the refinery when doing the gasoline, so that's fine. We're okay on that front, which is good. I think I will put a wood shed here. It's good that he doesn't need energy, because that means we don't need to fill up the warehouses. These warehouses are both pretty empty at the moment. I'll also check, is this getting the 2 out of 2 water drums? Is it getting both of the supplies of water from both of these water pumps? I think it probably is. I don't think he's having to collect water. I will double check. Anyway, let's upgrade this road, because we'll look to put another refinery here. And let's put a wood shed here, which can service this lumber yard, so all the lumber can go straight in there, so it's not clogging up my wood shed, which is for the sheep pens. These are all fed and wooded and watered. The thing that they're waiting for is feed, so I probably need to revisit that rancher's situation. So I'm going to go for a final sheep pen, and then from this point everything else is just really sort of ramping things up. We'll get this road improved. We'll put another road here to connect that. We'll get a refinery here. How much did the refinery cost? 15,000. Pretty good value, really. So 15,000 to clear the tree. We've got 10,000 upgrading to a paved road, then another 15,000. So we need another round of wool sales. We'll soon have 10 lumber to sell, actually, which we may as well do. It's worth a few quid. So yeah, I quite like having the lumber mill. Obviously it's not as much money as the wool. However, once you're generating your own gasoline, it does just help things to sort of keep ticking along quite nicely. We've got all these oil pumps and none of them are ready. That one will be soon, and the worker will spring into action with his big fat belly. by the end of this video, we'll have our, is it our 1, 2, 3, our seventh and final sheep pen underway. We'll have this area cleared for wheat, we'll have this area cleared for trees, and we can maybe look at putting a road down the middle just to create quicker exit points, although they don't always use the road, so possibly not needed. We might just keep this free to decide if we need more trees or more wheat at some point. But let's get another tree farm in there. And we'll be looking to clear these and get 2 more lots of trees going in here. So we'll have a 3x3. We'll look to get wheat in there. So we'll look to get all this area. From here we'll have the refinery. So all this corner is what we're working on at present. You know, gradually moving over to this middle section here around sort of all the oil pumps. This is all a bit thrown together, as you can see, because the roads don't connect. You know, it'd look like you'd have a road running through here, which probably will, but that would mean we need to clear out some of these, and it's full of useful things such as gasoline and petroleum, so you don't do that lightly. Sheep pen's ready. Great. And we've got some money back from the lumber. We're nearly ready on the wool production. Sheep pens, how are they doing? Things we need to do now, we're definitely going to need to add some more ranchers, probably going to need to add some more farmers too. That can come after we've done another round of sales. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this tree, shall we? No, let's get rid of this tree here for the, clear that out, get it ready for the refinery. May as well get the refinery in there working in conjunction with all this little corner now. So effectively we've got sort of 2 supplies going on to sell at the market now. We've got the wool and we've got the lumber, and we can sort of alternate the sales between, so we're not selling the wool and then having to wait until the wool's ready. Sort of in the interim we can sell some lumber, and then while the lumber's replenishing, then we'll sell the wool. While the wool's replenishing, we'll sell the lumber, and so on and so forth. So our income is increasing sort of, you know, per hour. Our per hour income, when we looked at in the last video, we said we could do 12 sales of the 10 wool per hour. We can still do that. That would be, you know, possibly 13 or 14 now we've got an extra sheep pen, but also we'll be selling the lumber too, so that our hourly income is going to be going up from, you know, 540,000 potentially up to sort of, you know, high $600,000-700,000 per hour, which when you get that sort of money, then all of these trees get cleared up, all of the marshes get cleared up, you've just got enough money to do everything that you need. What I do need is for the sheep to give us some wool. So 2 of them are underway and the rest are not. So hurry up, sheep. It seems that it would appear that the lumber is generating a lot quicker than the wool at the minute. Alright, there we go, there's our 10th wool going into the storehouse. Let's get it sold. And that is on the way to the city. Fantastic. And by the time that has come back and we've got the cash for that, we'll probably have 10 lumber ready, or if not, we'll be very close to that. In the fullness of time, we'd maybe look to swap these wood sheds out for lumber yards, because the lumber yards hold 20 rather than the 10 that these hold. However, they do cost far more money, as I mentioned in a previous video. Excuse me, I had a little frog in my throat then. Crude oil's kicking along quite nicely. This guy's producing Gasoline is just waiting on an energy. For the energy, this chap's off to get some crude oil. So it's all working. It's all working slowly. Let's collect the money. Let's get a refinery going. And now we'll be able to have one of them, like I mentioned before, we'll have one of them kicking out gasoline, one of them kicking out petroleum, and then that's pretty much automated what's required. I might look at, like a bit of an idiot, I may look to put some wind farms back in just because of the extra energy needs, but before I do that I'll see how much energy these are collecting. So here the refinery for the gasoline is getting 3 of its 6 energy supplied just from being next door to the power plant, which is good. I could maybe, again in the fullness of time, look to put another power plant here, then that would just be supplying that with all its energy needs. So that's something that we could do. We could put another water pump here, another power plant here, pave this road for the refinery, and then that's getting supplied with everything. That should diagonally be giving enough energy for this one to kick out petroleum, or vice versa, whichever way we want it. But it should be giving it enough for the petroleum without it having to go and get energy. If it does need to collect energy, then I may need to look at putting some wind farms back, which will I'll feel a little bit sheepish about, if you can excuse the pun, but we'll see what happens. First things first, I think we need to clear this tree and get a road in, just so whatever this does produce we can get it out to storage ASAP. And that just needs a couple more wood. Can't wait to clear, just get all of this area cleared. It's a really satisfying feeling. Don't always start with any clear vision, other than I generally like to produce wool, also known as the wool rush, because you're rushing to make wool, especially when you have all the ponds. If you have a forest site and you can sell lots of ponds to get cash in the bank to then jumpstart things. I've got some lumber ready for sale, so let's get it sold. Just keeps us ticking over while we're waiting for the wool. In terms of the wool, some of these are, either got 9 feed or 0 feed. I'm just having a look at the whole feed situation. The troughs are quite empty, so I am going to need to get some more ranches on the go. I did delete quite a lot of them. It's all just part of the fun of clearing things up. Again, I'd like to connect all this up, so let's connect here. We don't need this original silo, I would say. That one there, it's not been used for quite some time, so that's going away. Gives us some cash in the bank. We can pop, let's get another rancher there. Let's get another rancher there to collect our money. These will be built very quickly because we're not only near the builders near the woodshed, so it doesn't take them long to collect the wood and take it to site and build what we want them to build. Should have a refinery ready as well if I scroll over in a minute, but I'll just get these underway. Okay, and the refinery is ready. And the other one is kicking out gasoline. So this one, let's try petroleum, and it needs 2 energy. I'm hoping that the 2 energy is going to be supplied. It's going to be fighting for the crude oil with the power plant though. But it's getting its energy supplied, it's getting its water supplied by the water pump. The only thing it needs is the crude oil. So crude oil production does need to be ramped up. What I'm going to look to do is just build this across here and just get lots of crude oil underway. Yeah, I'd have to clear those rocks out though. Maybe this just becomes a toxic waste ground full of crude oil. Let's clear the marsh, or marshes. That means I can get some more crude oil spaced around. The wool's ready to go. The lumber's filling up. And this almost feels like a step back at sometimes when because you're getting your money in, and your money, because you spend a lot of time now clearing trees, it feels like it's disappearing very quickly. It's not necessarily the case. It's just, well, it is disappearing quickly. What I mean is you don't necessarily see you're not reaping the benefits right now, but because I've played this game a heck of a lot, I know that several moves in front, or a couple of days from now, or a few hours from now, the profit being generated will be insane to where we started. But you need to do a lot of this clearing, which just always sort of is really annoying how much it costs. But fair play to the game's designers. They've got the balance. They know they've got the balance just about right for the right amount of money to sort of clear things out. They know what they're doing. Clever people doing these games. We now have some more cash. I'm just still thinking about the crude oil production and where to pop things. So I might have a look at these warehouses. Not a lot going on in them at present. Again, the issue is the crude oil. We now have a crude oil shortage. So whenever you have a shortage, you just need to go, what's the solution? The only solution we have, because we're not playing with any NFTs, is to ramp up production of crude oil. There's absolutely no two ways about it. So this is going to become a toxic zone. So you wouldn't want to be growing wheat or trees or anything in there. So these trees, these will be right on the red zone. They would be anyway, but yeah, we're just going to get all these cleared out. Get it full of crude oil. The more crude oil we can get going, the better. We can get another one on the go there. Probably do. We're getting rid of that tree and creating a path. But just looking at conserving money a little bit. Thinking about where things will go. Let's get rid of that. Where's the end of our land? It's over here. We could have crude oil all the way down here, really. This is our toxic corner, remember? So I'd need to build a path here, so I'd need to clear that tree. Let's get a dirt road in there. Let's get that built. Let's get another oil pump. No point messing about. If we get to a position where we've got too much crude oil, then so be it. I would rather have that situation than be without. So now we have this refinery refining petroleum, this refinery refining gasoline using the petroleum, and we'll have all these oil pumps delivering crude oil. The crude oil will be used for the petroleum. It will also be used for the power plant to create energy, which is also needed for the gasoline. Yeah, now it's just another bit of a waiting game for us. Probably get another oil pump underway there. That'll probably do for now. I'm going to go back to our mainstay, which is our ranch operation, and I'm just keeping an eye on the troughs, because again there's not much feed, so I think we do need to get more ranchers on the go. Certainly get one there. Doesn't matter too much where you put them. You only need to consider where you're putting them really if they're going to affect crops or things that you're trying to grow. All these people will then go into have a kip, going to sleep. I can see that this wheat is not getting harvested as quick because I did get rid of quite a few farmers. So let's get this, let's try and rectify that little error or little issue that I've made. Let's extend this road up here. Let's get some farmers to help out. I'm going to start with 2. I'm hoping with all these oil pumps that we won't then be seeing these workers sleeping quite so often. I'm hoping that they'll actually be gainfully employed and busy all of the time once all these oil pumps are in operation. I'm hoping that I maybe need to add some more workers to keep up with the amount of oil. That's the only thing slowing things down at present, but yeah, you can see I'm just looking again at the whole feed and trough. We've got 2 lots of feed ready there. There's nothing in the troughs. All they're waiting for is feed. There's 3 lots of feed ready. So we just need more ranchers, and we probably need a couple more farmers, but more ranchers definitely more ranchers. But we'll get all this done first. We'll keep road building and creating the map, and we'll end up with more ranchers doing more jobs for us. Oh, I do apologise. I was holding right click there and it appeared to have done something silly. It's just kicked me out. It will take me straight back in, but rather than you looking at the loading screen, I will just pause it and carry on in a second when it's taken me back in. Alright, it's loaded. So there we are, we're back in. Unfortunately that put everyone to sleep, but there's lots of feed ready now. So all these hungry sheep should be fed in a minute. Maybe we've got 1 sheep pen too many, maybe we've got not quite enough ranchers. We're not going to change the number of sheep pens. We're going to make sure that production is upped to keep them fed, because then we'll be getting 7 batches of wool every sort of 3 minutes or so, which then the money then starts to get really interesting. So let's sell some lumber. Always seems to sort of load for a little while longer when you first fire up the game. The game is restarted on me, should I say, but always seems to sort of do that. How are these construction sites getting on? Well, they've got no wood. These only take one, so yeah, we're just waiting, to be fair, aren't we? We're just waiting. I'll look to build this road through here. Let's clear this farmer out now. These little bits that I'm doing are not strictly necessary, but the way that I look at it, the things that I would do in the fullness of time anyway, so I may as well just get them done. And then that's a job out of the way. Let's get another farmer there because we deleted him. So there we go, we've got a few more farmers on the go. It's not so important to clear this tree for now. I would like to, just to create the path all the way around. It's not as important because this tree here, I would say, is more important to give access to the workers who are collecting the oil. Again, this is probably more important to give access to the workers collecting the oil from down here. So yeah, that'll be a place to put another road. So let's get that done, because we'll build that road straight across. Like so. We'll be building across and potentially putting more oil pumps here later. But I won't spend that yet because we've only got 1,500 of cash left until we collect our money, that is. How are the sheep doing? Let's start at the top. That one's just produced wool. That one's got 7 feed, 5 feed, 8 feed. That one's done. That one's just created some wool. That one's nearly done. So they're all waiting to be fed. But there's feed waiting to be put in the troughs. I just need I don't understand why that rancher just walked past that one to pick one up from there. Yeah, I think we have a rancher shortage. So I'm gonna need to generate some more wool to cover that, I'm afraid. We've got crude oil in here. Everything's ticking along nicely. We've got petroleum on the go. We've got crude oil on the go. We've got petroleum, crude oil, and gasoline all underway. I might just stop the crafting of lumber for a minute, because some of this wood now, the builders will be able to claim the wood, as you can see, and the builders can then get things built. Most importantly, the crude oil pumps for us. That's the thing I'd like them to concentrate and get done. We've got 10 wool ready to sell. Let's get that sold. That is done. And where are we now? Yeah, quite happy with how things are progressing, to be perfectly honest. Quite happy. All these pumps seem to be enjoying themselves, as it were. They're all on green rating. I'm not actually sure what turns them amber or red. There'll be something specifically that you shouldn't have next to it that would turn it amber or red. If you do know, then perhaps answer in the comments below. Other than that, by the end of this video, we should have all of these got crude oil underway. which means then that our whole energy, petroleum, gasoline needs are all being met. The water drums are now sort of redundant. I may craft some more to get it up to 10, so I'll start that crafting. Let's get up to 10, then we could sell the 10 at market. We don't need another warehouse because the only thing we've got in there is water, because as soon as energy goes in, the energy is being taken out. I'll look to put another woodshed in, probably there, so I need to get rid of that tree. I'd like to get rid of that tree, that slows them down. I'd ultimately like to sort of shift that as well, but hey ho, can't have everything. Maybe I'll just move this oil pump and have it a little chicane around there, and maybe we'll get rid of that oil pump and have a little chicane around there. Maybe that's the way that we'll work it, and we'll just have to deal with it and live with it. It's not the end of the world. Got some cash back from the wool. Okay, so ranches. We can certainly get one here. I'm just looking at places I can pop ranches for free, almost. What I mean is without having to clear trees, etc. And then I'm probably going to have to start looking at clearing some of these marshes. It's all part of what's required. Alright, and let's get a road down here. Again, that will leave me a strip of two deep all the way down, which is perfect for when you're doing farmhouses, ranch houses, etc. You can certainly get another couple of ranch houses in now. There's one. There's two. And yeah, all these oil pumps are coming online now, so we should end up having a little bit of a excess of crude oil, which is always nice to have a little bit extra than too little. These troughs appear to be more plentiful now, which is good, which you'd expect having more ranchers working on hand, which in turn should mean that yes, we have wool underway there, and three of them have just created wool. So we've got 3 of them that have just kicked some wool out, 3 of them that are producing wool at present, and then one that's sort of, in the in-between stage. So very happy. We've got 1 wool ready, 2 wools ready, 1 underway, 2 underway. Yeah, it's looking quite good now. In fact, it's looking so good, we should have some more wool ready to sell at market very, very soon. Yeah, this is really coming together now. In fact, it's coming together without these 4 ranch houses being complete, which is quite impressive. I just need the builders to hurry up. Yeah, there's another wool on the way. We'll get this sold. Alright, things are really starting to sort of kick into life now. It's going to give me extra funds to do a bit more tidying up. Certainly want to get this tree gone, so let's do that. Tree be gone. I've now created a situation where we haven't got enough cash to pay the bills. So you can see the little timer in the top left there, the little circles going around. We're just waiting for that to go around. Once it goes around, it'll look to take the money, and if there's no money, then everybody downs tools and goes back to sleep. However, I've got 20 seconds if you look in the top right, less than 20 seconds until the truck gets back, so should get the money back in time to make sure we've got enough money to pay the wages. Meanwhile, let's get even more wages on the book. Let's get these ranch houses done. It's going to be close with the money coming back to everybody going on strike, but there we are. Right, we're okay. Let's get another wood shed. We'll do wood sheds for now, they're a lot cheaper. We're not looking at fully maximising our space, so it's not a massive issue. Let's get rid of that one as well. Just clearing a couple of bits. We're doing okay for wood, so I don't really need to be clearing these just yet. 2 wood sheds there. Ranch houses are almost all done. Just this one here. And yeah, lovely job. Again, in terms of the strips of 2, I'll look at making this a strip of 2 all the way down here, so we'll have a road through here. If I can get my mouse to click, we'll have it all the way up through there. This road will go all the way straight down. That's my plan. Nice to have a plan, Stan. The feed situation is looking a bit better, I would say. Once I start adding, if I do add ATVs, then that'll really, you just basically swap out the ranch houses for ATVs, and then you've basically got a rancher on a quad bike, which makes things a lot quicker, more efficient. So these are doing all right. These sheep pens, they're going to kick out within the next couple of minutes. They're going to kick out all the wool to get another wool sale done, and then we can get a bit more cleared, and then I'll probably look to wrap up this video, then look to get onto another one. How are we doing with the crude oil? We've got 1 crude oil in storage, I do believe. 1 in storage. This chap's refining the gasoline. All he needs is some energy and some petroleum. There's no energy ready just yet, but there will be in a second. They then need 2 crude oil. This other refinery is also fighting for 2 crude oil. So you've got a refinery which takes 30 seconds to make petroleum, and you've got a power plant which takes 10 seconds, only 10 seconds to make energy, both fighting for crude oil. So in effect, they because they can make it within 30 seconds, well, let's call it a minute by the time they've delivered it to a warehouse, or to the energy to a warehouse, or the petroleum to the fuel storage. Let's call it a minute, just for argument's sake. Then you've got a situation whereby we need to be putting 4 crude oil every minute into here. I'm going to look to clear this out, this one here, and relocate it, just to put the chicane in, as I mentioned earlier. So I'm going to do that now, just get it out of the way. No point messing about, because they're walking across it, which takes longer. So I'd just rather have a road in there, just speeds up the route of travel. for us all. I can put it here, it's fine, it's not an issue. So yeah, wasted, you know, a little bit of money there, 3/4 of it. And I'll look at doing the same thing here as well. We've got so much wood now, we've got a ridiculous amount of wood in the woodshed. What I'm going to do with that is I'm going to flush it. Means you don't get any money, but it just means you've cleared the storage. This one here, going to start making lumber, hopefully fill some lumber up into these sheds. And while we wait for the wool, before I wrap the video up, I'm just going to look to increase the probably need the wool to do it, but going to look to increase the sort of or reconfigure the lines of production around here. So I've got just enough cash to get rid of that, but I'm going to wait to send the wool to market first, so at least I know it's coming back, so I don't run out of cash like I did in the previous video. Plenty of wool being generated. In fact, there's already one being carried, so let's get our van ready. Any second now. There we are. Right, the wool is on the way. I know that I have some cash coming in. I don't think it's going to be back before this next round of wages are due to be paid, because you can see I'm due to pay 1,460. It's as soon as those lights go out that it gets paid. That'll take me below 15,000, and I don't think the truck's going to be back in time, so I'm just going to hang fire with paying the 15,000 to clear any trees, for example. I'll wait until the truck's back, because as you can see, the wages are going to go out. They've gone out, should be now. Should be going back around. There we are. It's now taken the wages out, so I've now got 14,000 left, and the truck will be back in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and there we go. Perfect. Right, we have some cash. Great. Need to spend it on clearing trees. Boo, not so great. However, it's gonna speed things up, because the workers will be able to deliver to this fuel storage a lot quicker. We're going to get rid of this one. We're going to do another chicane. It's not ideal. It's also not ideal deleting things you've already paid for, but you know, this is where we're at. And where should we have it? We may as well have it here. Let's have another one. I deleted the oil pump. And get another oil pump in there. Yeah, and that's about us until either we've got 10 lumber or 10 wool, which I imagine will be 10 lumber to arrive first. But the oil production is ramping up, that's for sure. I'm going to stop the water production. I only intended to create 10 water to sell. I've accidentally created 20. Yeah. I don't think you get much money for selling water. 500, not worth it for the gasoline, to be fair. So I'll probably look at getting rid of this water facility, to be perfectly honest. Costs $50 a minute, get $2,500 back for it. Can replace that with another oil pump. We can have a couple of oil pumps along well, 3 oil pumps here, and they'd be closer to the fuel storage. Makes far more sense. We don't need the water for anything. The gasoline needs 2 water drums, which are supplied by these 2 water pumps. This needs one. The power plant needs 1 water, which is supplied by this water pump, and this needs 1 water drum for petroleum. If we were to switch this one to gasoline, then it wouldn't have enough water because there's only 1 water from there. However, as long as we keep the configuration as it is, we're absolutely fine. So let's get rid of this. Let's get some lumber sold, and then after that we'll sell some wool, and then I'll wrap the video up, and that'll be us for part 5. If you do want to get started, go to getgala.co.uk. It's free to play. You can play to earn. To do that, you need to have an NFT which you place in the game and complete the daily challenge, which I do every day. If you log in here, you can see I've completed the challenge for today, and it says you must have Gala power. You get Gala power. You know, if you have 1 Gala coin, you know, just 1 coin will get you level 1 on Gala power, and that makes you eligible to earn playing the game. So 1 Gala coin is about 20 cents, something like that. So 20 cents, maybe about 15-16p, means you will have enough power to be able to earn money from your NFTs if you complete the daily challenge. The daily challenge is just to get to 1,000 stars. You get to 1,000 stars by selling things. So for example, if we look now in the top right corner, I've got 9,020 stars. Once I collect the money from this, I now have 9,100. So I've just collected 80 stars. 80 stars from selling the lumber. When I sell the wool, I get 240 stars, and I need to get 1,000 stars a day to get my town coin. So I'll sell the wool, and you'll see that go from 9,100 to 9,340, if I've remembered it accurately. Pretty sure I'm correct. Let's get some more. Let's get some more oil pumps going. Let's get this toxic corner as toxic as we possibly can, just for fun. Yeah, let's get all these oil pumps next to the river. We don't care. Let's get rid of that 1 water drum. I mean, I could keep the water for later. This part of me wants to just clear it. I don't really need it. I could switch this refinery to both be doing gasoline and then use that water up. Could be an option. Don't really need to do that, but could be an option. It would help the energy production because I won't be fighting for the crude oil. Yeah, maybe I'll do that just to use a bit of this water up. Now I've left myself an odd number. Be nice to get, see he's walking slowly, be nice to get all the roads built around here, get another oil pump in there. Just get it all sorted ASAP. Right, stop that and do that instead. So we've got both of them making gasoline now. So they both need energy. However, it will free up I think it's the lady running the power plant, yep. It will free her up to collect all the lovely crude oil. Oh, let's collect our money from the wool. Let's clear this down. Let's get one more oil pump in there. And what I could do with doing is to make it better for this lady is to upgrade these roads, because she'll then be able to get to this fuel storage quicker. So it might seem a bit odd, but apart from this builder who appears to be walking in treacle, upgrading these roads will eventually make things a lot better. So I just need the builders to do their thing. How are the sheep getting on? Yeah, wool underway, wool underway, 3 wool underway. I'd say at any one point there seems to be 3 wool in production. Yeah, this is really slowing them down at the minute. You have to take a step back to take a step forward sometimes. And yeah, just need the builder to get some wood. Just get the wood out of here, get the wood out of there, and get it stuck on this road ASAP. And I've just stopped those lumberjacks from producing lumber, even though I'm one short of a sale, just so I can get these roads built, put some wood back in the sheds. Little interventions you can do. So nearly there. Right. Quite happy. Happy with that outcome. It's just made that a little bit quicker. We just need to get this little corner done, and then she'll be sprinting in to collect the fuel. I don't see if there's any benefit to rotating this round, perhaps. Maybe that way. I'm guessing that's the front because there's a barrier at the back, so she'll walk straight across the front here onto this, across the little dotted white line, and collect the crude oil from there. Another thing to do to again make it more efficient will be to put a warehouse here, so she's not having to go as far to deliver the energy. So I might remove that other warehouse. Don't need it. We've got some wool to sell. I will wrap this up after we've just done this little bit. So we're going to sell this wool, we'll collect the money, we'll probably build a new warehouse, and these roads will be upgraded, and then we'll wrap this video up, and then we're pretty much there in terms of sort of clearing the land and starting. I mean, the first video in this series shows you how to get the town pretty much up and running and self-automated. Certainly by the end of video 2, you've got your town, if you want, to how to generate enough points per day to claim your prize, claim your town coin from any NFTs that you hold. These videos are just nice little added extras, and how to make it even better. So we'll just wait for our cash to come in. Another 10 seconds. Sorry for zooming in and out, just trying to make it exciting. Good luck with that, you said. How are these getting on with making gasoline? Not too well. We've got an energy shortage, but it's because this lady here, she's having to go the long way around because of this thing. I just need the builders to not focus on the warehouse, to focus on this situation. So right, we now have a warehouse with the door directly opposite the power plant. So when the energy's made, she will just go straight from there, straight into the warehouse. And she will now also be able to sprint straight down into where the crude oil is stored. So sprint across the road, warehouse, and then sprint down the road to the crude oil. All of these little bits just make things move a little bit quicker. This chap's always going to get the energy first. Right, things are motoring a bit more now. And now we have a glut of crude oil. We now have far more crude oil than we need. Well done, me. Yep, the workers are busy. How much does a fuel storage cost? $15,000. Okay. May look at removing this one and putting another fuel storage. I think that would be the thing to do, because the fuel storage is pretty much full. So yeah, executive decision. I might just stop that for a minute and let this other chap catch up with the old energy and get the gasoline done. I think I'm going to flush these. Yeah, I've done it. I'm going to get rid of that warehouse, so we're just left with the one warehouse. Got two wood sheds. I'll get the lumber back underway. Once this one's done the gasoline, I'm going to switch him back to petroleum, switch this one back to gasoline, and then I think we're pretty much where we want to be. This fuel storage up here is too much out of the way, to be fair. You know, the crude oil's getting stored in there now. It's miles away. So this is a better situation now. We'll keep it all localized, keep it all efficient. I will use up the gasoline. Hopefully when we sell something, the gasoline will come from here. I have a sneaky suspicion it won't. It'll probably come from this one. I may just have to bite the bullet and delete one of the gasolines. Let's just sell this wool that's just become available. Anyway, I hope you found these videos useful. I don't know if I'll do any more. I don't know if we need any. I mean, everything's ticking along. There's nothing more to do. You can see, I'll put on screen, you can see on screen how many sheep pens I've got, how many wheat fields, how many farmers, ranchers, etc. So you can sort of get an idea of the mix to have things working as you would like. But you can see there's plenty of feed in there. The sheep are eating, and don't worry, there's more feed, and there's more feed coming in. It's all working quite well. Just for symmetry, I would like to clear up, some of these trees and create another wheat field there, just to have a nice little block, 2 blocks of 3. We've got some more cash. Yeah, there's not much more that needs to be done or shown, other than this is how it is. This is the I'm just going to switch that guy back to petroleum, get this guy on the gasoline. Petroleum, gasoline. He's now going to start using up that crude oil, of which we have an abundance. The only things you'll be doing now really are looking to perhaps upgrade the roads so they can run around quicker, make them paved roads. If you need, create a bit more storage for things like the gasoline and crude oil. If you want to take things to the next level, you would then look to create a fabric plant, and you would use 10 wool to make 1 wool yarn. It's a lot of faff, to be perfectly honest. I mean, it's good fun, but just to do enough to collect your daily coin, this is more than enough. Far more than enough. So yeah, it's just a case of tidying up now, and you can do that in your own fashion, your own method. I do hope this has been useful. I know it's a longer one to finish on. Please like and subscribe. I put a lot of effort into these things. I hope you find them useful. Liking and subscribe me will just give me the impetus to do more in future. If you have any requests, let me know in the comments, or visit me on betsfortoday.com and submit a support ticket on there, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Any questions, ask below. Again, I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks very much for watching. Do go to getgala.co.uk to get started for free, and subscribe, and you will see me on another video soon. All the best and take care. Thank you.